Friends, how are you doing? Day 1104. Hope you're doing amazing on this Sunday. I have decided to come back with an episode of Storytime Sunday. And today is actually my recovery day after my busiest day of events with Casino Royale Rentals. Hence, I wanted to come in and just share with you a little bit about my growth journey with Casino Royale. And so, for those who know, I think... So a friend of mine made a post one time saying that a friend of his was looking for some dealers. And I said, sure, whenever I see opportunities, I'll always look into it. And so what's that about? I asked a few questions. Like, sure, I can come out and check it out. I'll message her. So I messaged her, and it turned out to be Victoria. Hey, Victoria. And so, she's telling me about what they're looking for. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, I can help out. So I used to actually do my own events, a number of years ago. And she's like, oh, great, you can help us with our events. And I was like, what? I was like, aren't you supposed to know what you're doing? And so anyways, I'm like, sure, whatever, I'm happy to help. So I come and, things are kind of a little bit. So I came and kind of helped direct traffic, kind of help run some things. And that was my first introduction to Victoria and Keith and what they were doing. And for the first year or so, in a bit, I was just one of the workers, and but I always believe in just doing more than is expected. So I try to help out where I can, stay longer, come early, just be available, try to learn. And they appreciated that. And then after about a year or so, they asked me if I want to help manage the company. So I'm saying, okay, well, give me the details. What are you thinking? And so they did. I'm like, okay, well, terms seem fair, so sure, let's go. And so I started working with them, and I forget how long, but I think it was 6 months, less than 6 months, or for sure less than a year. Keith wanted out, and so he did, and it was just me and Vic for a number of years. And so at that time, I started to kind of figure, okay, well, how do I run these things? I'd run everything by her, and she was great. She always gave me great insight, thoughts. We're definitely different personalities, but I love surrounding myself with people who do not think like me and have different experiences. Why? Because that's how I can learn. And so I share with her my thoughts on how to run things and so forth. And most of the time, she's like, great. I'm like, I'm looking for feedback. Help me. She's like, oh, yeah. She gives me a few things. She introduced some great tools to help me streamline some things, put some systems together, which is great. And then over time, in our years, she's working some other bigger things, different things. And she's like, hey, I'm looking to kind of move on from this. Do you want this opportunity? I'm like, okay, cool. What are the details? And she gives it to me. I'm like, sure. And that's when it was kind of handed over to me, and I was the operator, and I was running things for a while, but I was always looking for somebody to kind of, potentially partner, take over for me and what have you. So I would interview a number of different people, but, for the most part, most people they've always been employees. They're great people, they're nice people, hardworking, but when it comes to running a company, requires a different type of mindset, an entrepreneurial mindset. There's no clocking in, clocking out. It's do what it takes to get done, what you need to get done, and overcoming obstacles. And so, I've talked to a number of people about that. The best person that I was able to find and is still growing, and part of it is Jason. Shout out to him. He's been great on the journey. I've kind of been, if you will, mentoring him along, kind of just helping him kind of learn a few different things. Leadership, and some other things, people skills. But, over the last couple of years, we've been figuring out ways to actually develop better systems, to be more effective, efficient. And to be honest, it was kind of out of necessity as well. I've created some systems along the way, and I've, taught them how to use certain things, but last year, man, it was a challenge. I needed 27 dealers with 22 as a minimum, and I think that was the most I've ever needed up until last year. Yeah, I should go back from but I'm pretty sure it was, and we had 24 people confirmed for that day, but I didn't feel good about it. I said, dude, we gotta keep going. He said, no, I think we're good. I'm like, no, we gotta keep going, keep asking, keep talking to people. Like, it's only 2 extra people. You never know what's gonna happen. And sure enough, in the morning, 4 people canceled. 2 got sick. 1 got called to work. Another one lost somebody, and just she apologized profusely. I'm like, no, just like, you're going through something. It's all right. I'll figure it out. And then I hung up. I'm like, no, what do I do? Kept talking to people, and amazing, these 2 guys I met at the casino late while I was trying to recruit some dealers. These are players, these are not dealers. And I gave him my card. He's asked for the card. Like, sure. I'm like, yeah, I can always use both people. I didn't think anything of it. And but the guys, they reached out, and they seemed kind of flaky, but I didn't know. In the end, they came out. So I was up to needing 2 more people, to having just the right amount of people that day. We hit the bare minimum. Oh my gosh, I could not even tell you. Because my mindset, I would not accept defeat. I would not accept not having enough people for my events. And oh man, I was working my butt off. I was stressing too, but in the end, we made it happen. I was like, oh man, okay. And so this year, I was like, okay, we gotta preemptively prepare for this, right? Just in case. And then so we've had more training sessions, more events, trying to get more people. And so this year, my business day, which was yesterday, I needed 49 people, 39 minimum. But just like last year, I wouldn't feel comfortable unless I had like 40 something people, right? So I just kept going, and then I asked other people that had so much support from you, my friends, who refer people, and I'm so grateful for all of you. And I really am. And in the end, I had 46 dealers show up. 46! I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh, and I'm like, how do I get to barely scraping by with 22 to get him to 44? This is more than double. And then what the kicker is, I wasn't as stressed this year than I was last year. I was more stressed last year than I was this year, and I needed half the people. Wow. And so for me, like, honestly, it's the day after my busiest day, but I was following up some of the event needs. Hey, how'd it go? Everything great? Everything went smoothly, went to plan. And I was like, dang, I'm getting good at this. And I'm like, high five with Jason and the event leads and the setup crew. I'm like, man, guys, you killed it. And I was stoked. So stoked. For honestly what it was, not that we were able to make everything happen, but for growth. I was stoked for my growth, Jason's growth, and really the company's growth. And so I'm like, wow, okay, this really is a journey, Yes, entrepreneurial journey, but it's a growth journey. It's a leadership journey. It's, everything journey. And, I've always been a huge believer that the personal growth journey, as long as you have something to apply it to, you have an opportunity to grow and become better. And what's the book I'm currently reading? Hold on. Here it is. Mindset. Amazing book. But it talks about fixed versus growth mindset. So a lot of people who have a fixed mindset think, oh, I'm either good or I'm not. Versus a growth mindset person, they understand that we are not a finished product. We can always become better. However, if we have been taught that you're either good or not, like you're talented or you're not, you're good at art or not, or whatever, then we may think that we're either good or not, and so that will stunt our potential growth until we learn otherwise, until we learn the facts. And the fact is, we all can become better. We can all learn. We can all grow. You are actually not forced to just be what you are now. Did you know that? And man, I am freaking stoked. I'm still like riding high. But man, I didn't get to bed till 3:30 a.m. last night. It was a long day. But man, I feel good about it, and I got one more busy weekend. But after yesterday, I feel confident. And so what's going to happen next year, who knows? The business itself is, I don't think it would really be that scalable just because it's so people heavy. So I don't, but who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens, right? But I'm very grateful for the journey itself, and to share with you a little bit about, kind of a little bit where I started with this company and where I'm at now. And I'm grateful I have support from head office as well. Pina over there, Mike, like they've given me support in terms of, whatever I needed. I'll always chat, and, I really do feel like partners with them on this. And I think, anybody who wants to grow and move forward in any part of life, like, we need support. We can't do it alone. I know heck no, can I get to where I'm at in any of my life alone. I've had many mentors, many coaches, many friends, many supporters, encouragers, all these things. At the end of the day, we're all, I don't know, the way I say it is all one tribe, one family. And hopefully that you feel that way too, and that you try to support, honestly, anybody who's trying to make the world a better place, starting with their own lives and their own families. I think, we're all just trying to do our best while we're here. I know I am, and I hope you are too. But that's kind of it for Storytime Sunday. I just want to share a little bit about the journey so far. I'm grateful for it, and we'll see where it leads to and how far it goes and what happens and what evolves. But I'm always open. I'll always have a conversation. Where it leads to, I don't know, and I don't need to know always. But I just need to know that it can possibly lead somewhere, because I can always learn something from everything that I do and the people that I talk to and converse with, and the experiences that I have. And if you never thought about that, then I would encourage you, have more experiences, have more conversations, get outside of your comfort zone, talk to people that you normally wouldn't talk to, go to events where you normally wouldn't go to. If you're an introvert, muster up some energy, prepare it beforehand. There's many things you can do, but you never know. You can have a conversation or experience or an opportunity that pop up that can potentially change your life. But the question is, are you open to it? Are you open to receiving the blessings that you may not be able to recognize at the beginning, but because you're open to it, may lead you to amazing blessings? Anyways, that's it. I love you all. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.